Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of the Curse 20s YouTube channel. My name is Cody. I am your current super prideful dungeon master. This is Dylan, Dave, and Zachariah. Those aren't their names. So, anyway, we just got done recording
Session 31?
Huh?
Is that session
That
31?
was session
31. Jesus.
31 fat weeks. together with the
31
boys.
Wow.
fat weeks with like a 3-month break in there to play Josh's campaign.
Yeah.
So are we coming up on a year?
Are we on pace?
I believe a year is November.
Are we on pace for our, probably not, for ending on Halloween? That was the initial
I
goal.
don't believe so.
Honestly, I'm gonna say no, but like
Halloween should be a big special.
Well, we already just
Realistically, we could kill Strahd now. We just got a long rest.
That's true.
hold on, I'm gonna grab my drink while you said that and let you rethink about that and re-say what you're gonna
He's like,
say.
I didn't hear you. Do you want to
excuse me.
say that?
You're right. We got to level up and a rest.
Now we can kill Strahd. Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
And my really cool DM let me fix my fuck up as a player.
Did I?
I don't know, did you?
So are we going to get into that?
Sure, let's start with that then, and then we'll get into the campaign.
So I'll take a little bit of blame here. I'm a fucking
Power
power gamer, and as soon as I heard my boy here with a
not only
barbarian,
is he a power gamer, he's a rules lawyer.
they kind of go hand in hand,
They do.
right?
They do.
Because I'm trying to game the system,
Only when it
but
benefits.
it only works. But it only works when the system is what I've read on.
Like, I can
to make
only
the
game
system.
this rules that I know how they work.
But so my boy here with the barbarian paladin multi-class is a level 5 barbarian, level 3 paladin, and I immediately my ears perked up. And I said, "Hey, is there any reason you didn't go level 5 paladin, level 3 barbarian?"
Which I didn't consider until that very second. Because the only difference between the two of being a level 5 barbarian and a level 5 paladin is a second level divine smite, and nothing else changes.
Yeah,
Because level 4 is an ability score or feat, and for both of them,
And how
I would have
healthy,
chosen
yeah.
Orcish Fury.
Yep.
And then for level 5 of
Both
barbarian,
classes.
it gives you extra attack.
Yep.
But as a paladin, you get a second level divine smite
yeah.
and the extra attack.
and the extra
No,
attack.
And
So
then now if you
kind of
extra
a
attack
no-brainer.
and then divine, say you second level divine smite on an undead, think about how much damage you could do to one zombie.
Yeah.
Or
just
one
wipe
vampire.
it off
you know?
the fucking map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So that's where we're at.
As soon
I
as I-
just rebuilt the character, and I'm like, wait, fuck, David's right. And now I'm pleading. I'm putting on my nicest chapstick.
It doesn't really matter. You're going to be using your backup character in a couple sessions anyway. So
I
go
heard
ahead.
that.
Go
I heard
ahead.
that,
My
y'all.
backup character's
It's on
so
camera.
Is
Boom.
what?
So hot.
So hot. Are you
Alabaster?
playing the female, Zach?
I am playing a female.
Actually, my HP dropped by 2.
Oh dear.
Taking it back.
yeah,
I'm fucking taking it back.
To deal an extra 2d8 of damage, he's gonna do. So yeah, we just finished episode 31. I think we decided to episode session. I think we're gonna decide to name that one like Prison Break, something along those
Grizzly
lines.
Brook.
Episode 30 still
Spoilers.
hasn't come out on our channel yet. But I mean, obviously you've watched episode 29 that dropped on Thursday, so you should be almost caught up. Thursday, episode 30, You Reap What You Sow will come out. So
things get a little crazy in that one.
yeah, why don't we
Pretty-
do
freaking crazy.
let's this is kind of like a campaign recap. It's gonna be a little bit of a longer one. So we have about 15-ish episodes that aren't recorded. And then we have about another 16-ish episodes that we do have recorded. So let's try to give our best quickish recap of the campaign that's up to this point. So we start off episode 1. You guys all get sucked into this world. And most of you, 2 of you, are playing different characters at this point, right?
That's what I was going to bring up.
Yeah, I
Like,
think our quick little backstory was that my character was actually a vampire of unknown origins, and I won't.
I had a lot of stuff actually written out for your character.
I like
and then he
really,
died,
see,
and I was
really
like,
wanted
Yeah,
him
like
to
3
be like
sessions in.
one of
Second
Strahd's
session.
thralls or like something like that would have been super cool.
Yeah.
And then he had come across in his travels a burnt village and a little burnt like teenage boy who had turned into a fire genasi, which was Zach's character. And then we had basically traveled and done
And-
dealing business dealings, I should say.
with
And we were a part of the Emerald Enclave.
Emerald
Yes, yes, as part of the Emerald Enclave, doing our dealings with Caleb.
And Caleb, go ahead and describe Caleb. Give me a little bit of his backstory.
Yeah,
too.
so Caleb was a prideful idiot who, in a botched assassination attempt on his brother, got booted from his family of great wealth and became like this basically just forest ranger, like learning how to survive on his own, and did some business dealings with you guys. We helped that Duchess
Mhm.
a couple times off and on again as like little side business partners. And that's what kind of led us to Barovia, was doing one last job for her.
Did our characters ever know that it was for you
No,
failing it?
definitely didn't.
That was
so
so
great.
that was one of those things. I don't know how to stop playing for Caleb.
Yeah.
In fact, I started to enact some of like, it's like I'm trying to like, the book has the overarching story and storylines, right? And then one of the things that I'm trying to do is like take things from each one of your backgrounds and put that somehow in the world too. So each one of you guys has like a reason to do things, like plot hooks for you guys, right? And it's like sometimes I'll add completely new quests and storylines into it. Sometimes I'll take a storyline within the book and change it to fit one of your guys' backstories to give you like a personal reason to go do that
Well,
storyline, right?
and also, it's kind of nice to just see something where you're like, oh, that's for me.
Yeah, yeah. So one of the things I did was Caleb's twin got hung, and
So
then
that-
Caleb died, and there was no reason for me to have
Yeah.
Caleb's twin in the world. And I was like, well, now that's just a thing that happened.
And
then I-
only he clocked it. He clocked that.
and he basically
But-
took for. He's like, I'm not going to tell anybody about that for a really long time.
And it was
And then
like-
Caleb died, and then he killed Caleb, and then it was like, all right, so both of the brothers are just dead in Barovia. And I was like, cool, that's
Throw that away. It was cool for me, but for everybody else, they're like,
And then
okay.
there was so when you guys showed up in Barovia, you guys ended up in like this haunted type house, right? And in that house, your character found this magic ring that gave you a genie, and then that you took
that
a
was the warlock
you
level.
took
yeah.
a warlock level from this ring, and then you died.
I wanted to be a sorcerer warlock so bad.
Yes.
The way you want to play a death cleric is the way I want to play a sorcerer warlock.
Okay, hold
and
on,
it just
hold on.
couldn't
You're
happen.
gonna side rant so bad right now. I have wanted to play a death cleric since I was asked to play D&D, and I was told you should play a fighter to get your feet wet. We're gonna play a one shot. That one shot turned into a 2.5-year campaign, and then now I'm a DM, and I've never gotten to play my death cleric. And guess who decides to play death cleric in my campaign? This guy. He's playing my character.
Kind of, yeah.
Anyway,
He doesn't know about Baldur's Gate. It's crazy. I'll pause before we get back into the story recap. I just want to take a few steps back. You said your character was a vampire that none of our characters knew about. Above table, Zach and I were brand new players in D&D, and this motherfucker goes, I'm gonna be a spy.
I wasn't wanting to work for the enemy. I wanted to be like a vampire who fucking killed his master, like the Astarians.
Oh,
No.
that would be cool.
and so what I was gonna
But
use,
my whole thing was he didn't know who his master was.
right?
So it
So
might
Vlad
be
would be able to
strong,
play
but
into
then
that.
not of
Yeah.
So it was things that I was actually going to use to build storylines with vampires on. And there's actually not going to like a little behind the scenes stuff. I know some DMs say you shouldn't tell your characters any like behind the scenes stuff. I do. My characters are great, or my players are great, and they don't metagame. And I think I it helps me, and I think it helps them. They like it. I like it. So anybody who says you shouldn't share behind the scene details can screw off. So I had a couple of storylines I completely scrapped that I was already building since like session 3, based off of you being a vampire and based off of you being a warlock. And I took those and went, well, that's just not going to work. And as soon as Caleb got you killed, I was like, that's all gone.
Throw me into that bus.
I did was like, well, no, I still want there to be a devil in this world. And so like I knew you weren't like a warlock of a devil, but I wanted there to be like this other powerful figure than
Yeah.
Strahd, right? And it was going to be the genie. Like, right? The genie was going to be something you had to deal with, not necessarily like in an encounter type of way, but it was going to be this other powerful thing that was going to want something from you,
Yeah.
right? And I said, no, that's not going to work. I still want there to be something in there though. So then I was like, well, I'll just put an actual, excuse me, I'll just put an actual devil in because it's my world and I can do what I want.
Yeah.
So now there's a devil.
Let there
That's
be
part of my
devil.
backstory and Donnie's apparently.
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it could be a part of everybody's backstory. Who knows? So back to the recap. You guys get to the house. You guys are transversing around the house, and somebody touches a statue of Strahd, and a bunch of shadows appear. And
Hold on, statue of Strahd. This is new information. Retconned in.
it was never retcon.
It was just a statue. Did anybody else know it was
I
a
never-
statue
The
of
golden
Strahd?
statue of someone.
I never.
You guys-
never said
Okay,
straw.
okay.
Right
Let's pull this back. You guys never found out that it was Strahd. At this point, you guys didn't know who Strahd was, right? You were new to the world. It was always a statue of Strahd. And at that point, it was like a statue of a wealthy figure because you never even seen
Yeah.
the name Strahd at this point. Like
Yeah.
Strahd meant nothing to you at this point. It's like even if I had mentioned the name Strahd, it wouldn't have meant. You know what I'm saying? To your
Yeah.
characters, meant
Let's take a
nothing.
quick retcon, and I just won't touch the statue.
Wow, that's a lot.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, somebody dies. Burden, David's character,
Let's go, dude.
gets
Except for Caleb.
Let's go, dude.
because of Caleb.
Go,
Gets killed straight out of the gate. So then,
I was a squishy boy. I had no AC, and he came and attacked me. I blame Coach.
I remember that session so well.
He
because
actually was like
he like
tried to
showed him
attack-
the stat block.
I
He was
tried.
like,
I was like,
He attacked Caleb like 8 times in a row, just miss.
And then I'm like, I'm gonna attack
attacked
you.
me again, and was like hit. Fucking.
So you died, and then
Caleb's just lucky, dude.
you guys made it down to the basement. There was some like
Dragon.
there was some like monster thing and some
Oh, it was a trash heap.
a trash heap basically.
Yeah.
And then there was like a
An
cult
altar.
ghost of a cult down there, and there was like an altar. You guys put a dead body on the altar.
Yeah, it was like one.
Hashtag
You must
dirty
die.
body.
One of
Yeah.
you must die, and we brought the body down.
Yeah.
Put it on there.
So you guys were able.
Yeah.
You guys were able to get out of the house, and you found yourself in a little village of Barovia. You guys walked into an inn, and there you met David's new character, Darren.
And I immediately threatened him.
Yes, Calathar's.
Oh yeah, you like grabbed his drink or some shit. And
I
drank it.
stole his drink and drank it in front of him. And I said, thank you.
Yes,
Yeah, very antagonistic.
yes, Calathar's very antagonistic. So then, after some beeping and bopping and booping and teeping, you guys decided to like join force together. You found out that Darren had been there for about a year-ish, right? You found out he was a cleric of
The Raven Queen.
the Raven Queen. And you guys decided to like go talk to the Virgin. The Virgin Master had just died, and his son just took over power. So you guys went to talk to him.
Oh yeah, and the innkeeper who was racist, or the shopkeeper. I forgot about that.
Oh, you went to the shopkeeper to buy some stuff, and he
So
basically like,
rude.
get this elf the fuck out of my
he was.
store.
He looked me up and down and was like, "I brought him something worth 50 gold," and he goes, "500 gold, please." And I was like, You're out of your fucking mind.
So then you
Yeah.
stole it.
So I stole it because
Yeah.
rogue.
Caleb did. Yeah,
Caleb did.
such good stuff. And then,
What a great guy.
huh?
What a great guy.
What a great
Nothing
guy.
wrong is going
And
to happen to
then
him.
Fighting
you guys
racism.
go there. They're getting ready to have the funeral. You meet Irina and Ismark, the new leaders, basically, of the village of Barovia.
I feel like forever ago.
They say, like, will you help us? You know, like, there's been a bunch of, like, attacks on our house, and that's what killed my father. Can you help us make sure we're safe for the,
Funeral.
huh?
The
funeral.
funeral proceeding.
You
Yeah.
go, oh my
We go
goodness.
to the.
Just
Dude,
mark it.
that is an episode I wish we had recorded.
Yeah.
I'm
Me
not gonna lie, the
too.
funeral. That's what I would have named it. Was the funeral, right? You guys go to the funeral for the Virgin Master, and Strahd shows up.
That really felt like the plot hook into the story.
Yeah,
That was like the
Yeah.
session that like really locked everything in, and I wasn't there for that.
no, you missed it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was the one session I missed, and it
Yeah,
was when
shit,
Strahd showed up. The
yeah.
first time Strahd showed up.
Yeah.
it
Strahd
was-
shows up
yes.
and basically goes, "I know your name. I know your name. I know your name, and you should watch the tone in your voice when you speak to me." And everybody goes,
Because I remember everybody, we were all like, thank God Caleb wasn't actually to say something bad. Yeah.
and so he's like, because like somebody, I think it was somebody said something like a little like
It was me.
it was hit like coffee at you, and he goes basically along the lines like, "You should watch the tone in your voice when you."
It's good to know level 3 Calathar and level 8 Calathar
Same-
have never
same-
changed.
same-
They're the same, dude.
So then,
He's level 20 in his heart.
He's trying to die, dude.
so then Strahd takes off, and what happens after that? You guys are traveling to the town. You guys find out that
we
he's
go into the church.
We find the vampire. The
You got
my
spawn.
God.
I almost die a second time.
Yes, you do.
Holy
So you
shit.
find Doru, who's a vampire spawn, locked in the church by his father, Father Donovich, the priest of the town.
Yep.
He's locked him down there. He almost kills you. You pin him
And stab a stake through his heart
And then chain him.
and chain him to the post
and then leave.
and leave.
And then you guys did a bunch.
And then Caleb,
And we tried to trap them in the basement together.
Yes, then you trapped the father down there with his
That was like a
son.
day later because we had came back.
no, this is the
No, it
same.
was
This
in
is
the
the exact same
moment.
time. I
Was it?
paralyzed the vampire
And
and
then
chained him
locked
to the
dad.
post. And as I'm leaving, you're like, "Nah, I'm gonna pull the stake out and unchain him and push the father in, and we're gonna lock this."
Oh yeah, that sounds right.
So that happens. Then you guys leave, and you basically go. Then you see Strahd biting Irina in her room. She guys
Well-
run up there.
You did. You were walking up the street, and then you had seen in her window Strahd.
I went to go to the house.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then he ran up, and Strahd wasn't there, but she was with the bite mark.
Yes.
Yeah.
And at that
Yeah.
point, you go something along the lines like, "We should get the fuck out of here." And you basically kidnapped Irina.
Yeah.
So then Ismark is
Yes.
pissed, starts raising up a bunch of people. You guys get into a tuffle with them at one point before you leave, right?
At,
he was
in
charmed.
the inn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he was charmed.
Yeah.
That's before we left, right? So he had come up, and they had their little kerfuffle, and that's when you had realized that because you thought Ismark was working for Strahd, but
Yeah.
somebody had clocked that he was just charmed, and then that's
Yeah.
when you were like, "We need to get out of here."
So you guys take her. You guys get all the way to Valaki. And
Did we have
Caleb-
to fight with the hags on the way?
no, that's on the way back from Valaki.
yeah, that was.
So you guys get to Valaki. You turn invisible and
shit.
sneak in, so they don't know that Caleb was there. Or you hid behind the horse. Remember, you
yeah.
hid on the
Oh
side.
yeah, I
of the horse.
found a horse, dude. I rolled a nat 20.
Undead horse.
Yeah, we found an undead
No,
skeleton.
this was that's later. You stole horses from Barovia
Oh,
and
yeah.
rode the
yeah,
doors
Oh, we
into
totally
Barovia.
did do that.
Okay.
Holy shit.
And then
We stole so much shit with Caleb, dude. Oh my
so then
god.
you
Yeah,
get
stole
into
so much
Valaki.
I was gonna say, don't say we did. Darren stole.
You rode those horses, dude. Don't pretend.
You get into Valaki. There's a big festival getting ready to go on. You find the inn. You meet the inn master, Urin. You meet Donnie, which is Josh's character, because at this point he finally joined our campaign. You meet the Virgin Master. You find the shop there. You get some silver weapons. You really just have a good time. And then they ask you to go get some wine. Like hey, we're running out of wine. Can you go down to the winery? Donnie offers, and then
Doesn't go with us.
doesn't go with you. Then you guys go to the winery and are attacked
By druids and sprites.
by druids and brights. Yeah, it's like a bunch of excuse me, twig creatures. In between all this, you guys met a character named we'll call him Javelin for the sake of YouTube. So you guys met a character named Javelin. You found out he was a revenant. And he was basically like, "Yeah, I'm part of like this order of knights. Let's like get together and work with each other." And you guys were like, "Yeah, we'll do that at some point." You left him. You went to the winery, killed a bunch of blights. You met these keepers. You met these were ravens who call themselves Keeper of the Feathers. Found out that they were related to the innkeepers at Valaki, that they were Keeper of the Feathers. Realized it was like a whole secret society type thing. Saved their winery. Went to go visit the castle.
Don't forget about Dag.
So one of the were ravens died. Died, right?
Yep.
And you
And I
were
did
gonna
a
fight
very unrated queen like thing,
and brought him back.
and
Oh
brought him back.
fuck.
And brought him back.
But I got the okay from.
Yeah,
her.
it was like a whole.
She was a raven, or he was a raven.
He was a Raven Queen, were Raven.
How
Yeah.
did Caleb become a werewolf? I completely forgot.
Carolyn became a werewolf. Because
Was
on
it
your guys'
on the way to Velaki?
on the way to Valaki, you
a
guys
hard
came
fight with a
across
werewolf.
Hilsey.
Hilsey!
I missed that session.
Oh, you did. I forgot about Hilsey,
Yeah.
dude. He rocked.
So Hilsey was a
He was after
character I was
you.
planning
Yep.
on being like a secondary big bad, and like Calithar's big bad, if that makes sense. Like I'm trying to give everybody I was like at this time in the campaign, I don't know if I'm necessarily doing it anymore, but at this time in the campaign, I was like, everybody is gonna have their own villain from their own backstory,
Mini
right?
bad
Like
guy.
mini bad guy. I was like, Hero Thief is Calithar's, and he was epic. It was a hard ass fight. You guys barely survived. And then it was like right at the very end where Hilstein was like, I need to get the fuck out of here, and dipped. You got bitten. You got turned into a werewolf at that time, but was able to keep it secret. Then you
Well,
guys,
we found out around the time we went to the winery.
yes, you guys went to the winery because you turned into a werewolf at the winery to like.
I was rolling saves to make sure I like woke up as a person.
Yep, we had this whole like
Yeah, and
it was
I
a
napped
ton of
or
work that
some
you and
shit.
I put together to figure out how we were going to use where like
It wasn't just
lycanthropy.
the con save once; it was like a continuation.
And because the
saves.
Emerald Enclave, it like exclusively kills werewolves. That's like
Yes.
what they do. So me being a werewolf is like
It is-
no.
I'm not a ranger, but it is my
favorite.
Special.
favorite enemy.
Yeah, favorite
yeah,
quarry.
yeah.
So then you guys get to the winery. You guys get back to Valaki. Then the festival goes off. A tiger gets released. You guys have to fight this tiger.
Rictavia.
You guys make this. You guys meet this guy named
Rictavia.
Rictavio.
We
Rictavio.
met him the first time.
We hear of Madame Ava.
Yeah, you hear Madame Ava,
Blue and Rain.
and Lady Watcher
and the Lady
Yeah.
Watcher.
We kind of get all that.
You guys decide at this point you should go back to.
Don't we get
Barovia.
invited to dinner by the
You
Lady
get
Watcher?
invited. You guys meet.
We
her-
accept an
Flush
invitation
that shit
and
off.
then
Laugh.
leave.
So you guys got invited to dinner before you went to the winery.
That's right.
Then you went to the winery, saved the winery, brought back the wine, and it
and
said,
then
"We should
go. Take
we gotta
that
go to
out.
Barovia." You guys go all the way.
Unprompted as fuck.
You guys
too.
go all the way back to
we
Barovia.
were escorting Ismark back to Barovia,
and we were gonna kill the
we were
vampires.
going to go take care of the vampires that we didn't take care
Correct.
of last time because someone made 2 of them.
Yeah.
And we also needed to level up.
So you guys went back to Barovia.
There's that power gamer coming in.
And we're actually getting to the point pretty close to where we started recording.
Yeah.
Because we started recording episode 16 with Strahd's right hand. So that's when you met Rawhidden.
Okay.
So then
But on the
Somewhere
way there
Calatar-
is when we stopped at the windmill, or before the windmill,
That
Is
was
when
before
Caleb
we
died.
left.
Yeah.
Before we left the
right
Velocity.
outside Velocity.
Because so backing up a little bit before we left Valaki, Donnie and Caleb killed a couple guards or something for basically no reason. They asked us a question and we were like, "You
No.
fuckers are dead."
you turned into a werewolf
And
to
they
get the
saw
werewolf
you.
speed to catch
Oh, that's right.
to catch Rictavio.
No, it was javelin. I was
Javelin.
Javelin.
The javelin because he was
You made it invisible. Oh my god.
You guys have the first game in it. It was like they're not gonna like this undead thing in the middle of town. Let's show them.
Okay, so if I was on
this
your
you
have a better character.
Then you watch that with invisible rabbit in town, who then after an hour turns back visible.
They run in town square.
Got a bunch of people and book it. You book it after him to try to calm him down. Donnie goes with you.
Yeah, that's right.
And then he had all my down. So he goes,
That's the rule.
as a werewolf, like,
Oh yeah, and the festival was like killing werewolves, like heads on pikes and shit. Like it was
I-
not
I
good.
don't think he got caught as a werewolf. I think it was when he tried to steal the cart from the boy.
No,
that happened
that
too.
was way
Donnie stopped
earlier.
that from happening.
Yeah.
You
Oh,
did at one
But
point
that's
go.
I think that's what called the guards.
No, the guards were there for the tiger, I
The
think.
guards did. This was a different day.
Okay.
The guards did get called. So a different side note. I was trying to speed
Trying to
run
kill a
some small
kid.
stuff. Caleb was like, "I need this cart to pick up the wine," and the kid's like, "That's my parents' cart." And Caleb goes, "I'm gonna kill this man."
I was like, I didn't
Donnie
think
goes-
that dude.
Donnie goes, "Whoa, dude!" Like,
He said he was like he goes, let me go talk to my parents real quick. I was like, oh. And Johnny was like, you're not doing that, bro.
So then anyway, fast forward. Caleb kills a bunch of guards and then leaves a bunch of notes on them. That's like
A note.
a note that says like from Strahd that says,
that we found in the death house, right?
Yeah,
it was like
a whole
you guys
thing.
are worms in my earth.
It was like
no
calling
matter
out
how
the
many-
cult
oh yeah.
No matter how many people you,
You
torture in your-
sacrifice.
and
Dungeon.
sacrificing my name. And,
"They mean nothing to me." Yeah, so it was like this whole thing, and then you guys left, and then Calathar goes, "I didn't like that. I'm gonna kill you." And then Darren goes, "Yeah, I'm kind of on Calathar's side," and you guys merge.
And
very not like
You used whole person twice.
he wasn't like all in right away. It was very like
Meantime, back to what I did behind the scenes was build up this magical weapon for Caleb. And then
Yeah,
because
because the ring.
fucking magical ring.
Yeah, dude, I took the ring off of Darren and I was like, what?
by the
did you
way,
make
that
this?
ring canonically in Donnie's pouch.
Oh, is it? I thought we threw it in the river.
No, he took it and goes, "I'll hold on to this."
So he's the next to die, is what I'm hearing.
So I need to ask him for that ring to offer it to Esmeralda for her hand in marriage.
Oh my god! And then a genie
Okay,
fucking
let's
pops
get to
out.
the recap.
So
And then
Yeah,
Esmeralda.
let's just do the recap.
You sure don't wanna
This
give
is
it to
like
your
the
stepfather?
one of the few times I would allow like in party fighting. It worked out. Caleb ended up dying by Calathar's hand.
it felt so dirty the whole time.
It
And
did-
that's how my
I'm not
backup
sorry
character
about
like
it.
I didn't
crept
like
in.
it.
yeah, and it is
I didn't like
exactly
it
at
at all.
that moment, conveniently, Doromir walks into
How
the camp.
does that happen?
I don't know, but conveniently, like Caleb falls over dead, and then this half orc walks into the camp and goes, "What's going on over here?
Are you guys making bone soup?
Yeah,
Oh,
fuck you
bones,
guys. But I really like the way that props to you. There was a character in a different village who said, "Hey, I actually have happened to see a fellow dressed in your armor
Yes,
at this town, and that set my quest to go to that town, and that's when I had ran into you." So it was like an interesting way to set that
I
up
like it.
because we had already decided that our characters were split up.
Yep.
So then, yeah, backstory to your character, your new character. So Caleb dies, and I was like, I'm not gonna make this like the beginning of the session. I was like, I'm not gonna make you wait a whole nother session, basically. Like, let's just do this. Your character is we had already talked about I had told everybody to have a backup character ready.
which I
Right.
made the session of my other character's death.
Yeah. So in this backup character, you create a paladin
Mhm.
of the Raven Queen. So what we decided was that you guys weren't necessarily like friends, but you guys came together in the same church party to Barovia to like investigate the world, and immediately got attacked by a bunch of werewolves and got separated, each thinking that everybody else in the party was dead.
Yep.
Right? So then you ended up in one village on one side of the valley, and you ended up in one village on the other side of the valley, and never
It was
crossed.
too hard to cross.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, and
So
again,
then-
we thought everybody was dead.
Then you met this
and
guy.
you were a nice ass Kresik, so your negative emotion isn't that bad. And I was
Yeah.
stuck in fucking
Oh,
Barovia.
I was in bars and shit, and he was in hell.
so then canonically, you met a guy named like Van
Helsey von Holf.
Yeah, who was like, "Hey, I recognize that armor. I saw a dude in Barovia wearing the same armor," and you're like, "No way."
He's like, "You're full of it."
So then, you came across him, and then you guys got attacked by Hillseeve, and that's when you guys killed off Hillseeve. And I was like, "I'm just done. I'm not gonna. I'm not bringing it back. I like wanted him to be this big bad. And he
That-
died already.
Fight was so undramatic that I forgot we killed Hilsey.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, me too.
Yep, he's gone.
Yeah, I sometimes
And I'm wearing one of his goons' head on my head.
Yeah, the plans of mice and men. You know what I'm saying? I had this big idea for this big powerful sorcerer.
Would have
and
been cool.
Would have been really cool if you guys didn't kill him. That's all I'm saying.
So
Yeah.
so nice.
Anyway, you get to Barovia. And when you get to Barovia, you guys bring Caleb's body with you. You fight the hags. You kill most of them. One of them gets away. And when you leave the hags' home, Caleb's body is missing.
Yep.
You guys are like, well, that's not cool, and all the horses are dead. You're like, well, that's not cool at all. I'm sorry. One of the horses was missing. The other horses were dead, and Caleb's body was gone. And you guys were like, well, that's just not.
The horse that was missing was the horse that had Caleb's body.
Yeah,
Correct.
you're just like not very good stuff,
Not very
right?
cash money.
You guys make it back to Barovia, and the store that was racist, that had the racist owner, was burning to the ground.
Yep.
So you guys
I forgot
dealt with
about
that?
How are those related?
And then you guys were dealt with that, and
I
then
wonder.
yeah. And then
Well,
you
I
split
went
the party.
into the store and I was like, "Oh, this was set on fire by purpose."
Yes,
this
you
was-
found
this
traces
was
of like oil and stuff
intentional.
like that, right?
Yeah.
And then you decided, I'm gonna go to church.
Nope. We went with Ismark to
Who
the
went
manor.
to the church?
Nobody.
I thought we split the party at this point.
I think we did. Me and Donnie went to Ismark's house.
And you guys went to the church to investigate. Remember?
The son and the vamp. Yeah.
Yes. So you guys went to
We
church and
went to the
realized
church.
that like
I
Okay.
remember
they
that.
had fixed the damage you had done to it, and that there seemed like people were in it. And you guys decided it wasn't the best time to go in at this moment.
Yeah.
And what was at the dawn? You guys went to Ismark. While you guys were helping put out the fire, one of Ismark's servants showed up and goes, "Lord Ismark, there's somebody waiting for you in the manor." You go to the manor, and sitting in the Burgeon Master's chair is an elf named Rahadin. And as soon as you guys walk into a room, like damage to your mind, he hits you guys with a psychic wave,
and we
and-
met Lavender Boy,
and you met Lavender Boy, his little
Blessed
guard.
be.
Long way he rested.
the executioner, and 2 other guards.
So then you met the execution, 2 other guards. and
I could have
Rahadin.
sworn Lavender Boy was the executioner.
Yes, Lavender Boy was the executioner.
Yes, he was.
Okay.
He
And
has to cover up the dead.
he hands you a letter and says, in 1 week's time, you are expected for dinner at my master's castle. And then he says, also, for the crimes of not paying your taxes, Ismark, either you can be beheaded tomorrow or your head servant can be beheaded tomorrow. And then gets up and leaves.
And I kept calling him a dog.
He kept calling him a dog and pissing him off, right? Another
'Cause
big
that's what
bad.
Calathor does.
That's what Keller does. She has the next day. So there's this whole thing like, can we start a rebellion? Can we save the dude? What do we do? What do we do? What do we do? Calathar dips in the morning, says, I'm going to go check out the church.
Yep, to take care of the
To
vampires.
take care of the vampires. He heads toward the church, and then everybody else is like,
Trying to figure out how to save.
how to stop this servant from getting executed, because everybody agreed that the servant should be executed, not Ismark. So all this is happening. You guys are trying to figure out a way. You find the church empty, and while you find the church empty, everybody else noticed the church members at the funeral,
The execution.
the executioners. It was also at this time that you missed a session, so your character went off with Javelin. Went off with Javelin because he said he needed help defending his castle or something like that, right? And you guys got ambushed.
No, he had a vision from his goddess
yeah,
saying, "Hey, I have a
yes.
mission for you," and then got abducted before he could even start his quest.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Javelin was gonna go with you, got killed.
Didn't complete his purpose.
Yeah,
What?
gone. Javelin's gone. And then
What?
you
You said he'd come back.
did I?
Maybe his quest was to.
So then
You told me last night that he was safe in bed,
I really lied
tucked
to you.
tucked away.
Well, when we're cuddling, what am I supposed to say? So anyway,
Sweet nothing.
Look, I would much rather he fucked my mom than Emil.
We're not there yet.
That's a way fast forward. Whoa.
So
Execution day.
you go to the execution day. Calathar shows back up and goes, "If anybody's killing this dude, it's me." And walks up and chops the dude's head off.
Not only do
Execution day. I'm on the fucking gallows with a bag.
Yeah. So it was me and Donnie in the crowd and Ismark, and I'm like, dude, we have to stop this. And Ismark's like, what the fuck do you want me to do? He was like, that should be me up there. And I'm like, you are such a pussy. And so I'm trying to figure out how to do this, and I see Calathar walk in, take an axe, and cut off the dude's
I
head.
take the executioner's axe and execute the servant.
Yeah.
And Rahadin goes,
And your
"No."
hands smelled like lavender the rest of the
No.
Yeah, Rahadin basically goes,
Oh, is it
"No,
cool?
that's just not what's gonna happen."
That's not the way this
So then a
works.
fight breaks off. And for lack of better words, at this time in your guys' character's progression, Rahadin is fucking whipping you.
Yo, yeah,
Rahadin,
dude.
and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, one of his mages appears and throws a fireball at you guys, disintegrates a bunch of people in the
Yeah.
crowd.
Crazy shit.
Just crazy. So then you guys are fighting 3 of these knights, Rahadin, and they are.
We killed Father Donovich and his son during this fight,
No.
right?
They
It
got
was
away. You guys then
before or
found
after?
him at the church. You
He
did,
gave their
and
last
like
rites
the
and then
next
just left.
session after, you killed Father Donovich and his son.
Because Ismark was already pissed off at you for fucking killing the servant,
So you guys
and then
killed
we
the-
killed the vampires like pens.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
So anyway, Rahadin
He was
is like,
whooping our
I don't
ass.
give a fuck what my master said about you. You disrespect me like that, I'm gonna put you in your place. And then Strahd shows up, and Donnie.
But not as
So
strong.
Strahd shows up as the innkeeper, and Donnie goes, "That's not the
He
innkeeper."
fucking
and
like
tackles
tackles
him.
or something.
Yeah.
Rolls like a nat 20. Strahd turns into a bunch of like bats, flies away, goes to sit on top of the gallows to watch the fight, and is literally just sitting there like a child watching you guys fight. And Calathar, as everybody's like dropping and getting ready to die, Calathar goes, "This is the very first time I was like, this might be a TPK." And everybody's like, "Why would this be TPK?" I'm like, "What was I supposed to do? You stole their weapon and killed a dude." I'd like, this
You
is-
like us collectively or you? Because that was the first time I was like, just kill Calathar. I
He's
think
a loose
you were
cannon
petty
over
there.
there.
Caleb is dead.
So then,
Maybe.
Calathar pulls off a move, which is like
He raised his pipe to
to
Strahd.
Strahd, and Strahd goes, "All right, you're good." Mass healing words, you all. Tells Rahadin to leave you alone. Rahadin hops on his horse and leaves you guys. The next day, like I said, Ismark goes, "You killed my friend. Get the fuck out of my town." And you guys were like, "Well, you killed your friend by letting him be up there, basically, and not like standing up to Strahd." And he goes, "You might be right, but you don't understand the type of pressure that I'm under, right?" You guys go kill the vampires. A relatively pretty easy fight, actually, from what I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it was too hard.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah, you
by
guys-
the time by that
4v2,
time,
and we were like level 4. Like that was a pretty good.
Yeah, so you guys go and you kill these vampires. I'm trying to speed run through this a little bit more. You end up leaving town again because Ismark doesn't want there. You go back to Vallaki. You find out that there's like this whole cult thing going on in Vallaki, and the Virgin Master's freaking out because he found
found that
this
letter.
letter on this guard that's like, there's this cult that I don't like. Fuck you guys from Strahd. And so he's like, I need you guys to help me figure out what this cult is before they get the town killed.
Did we see Madame Ava before we got? To
Oh
Vallaki?
yes! On the way back to Vallaki, you guys found
Yeah.
the Visanti camp, and you
Yep.
found Madame Ava. She gave you guys your fortune,
Our
and she
tarot
told you about
cards.
3 magical items that could help you defeat Strahd, and a possible ally, and a possible hint about where it's foretold for that you guys would kill him at.
And like where those magic items were held.
Yeah,
so,
like
stuff.
things like that, right?
And then we got our stuff stolen.
Yes.
Yeah.
The next day, you guys get all
Our
your stuff
silvered
stolen.
weapons.
Bullshit.
Oh, yeah, I'm skipping a lot of stuff. You wake up the next day, all of your basically all of your silver and magic weapons gone.
Yep.
Right? You guys keep traveling on. You missed this next session, the Man in the Mist. You guys were getting close to Vallaki and came across
Werewolves.
a bunch of werewolves.
3 werewolves, and we had
Werewolf
no
hunters.
silvered weapons. Yeah.
Yes.
But we
Oh.
clocked that they were werewolves.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you guys basically came to the conclusion like this is not the same sect as werewolves as Hillseef sect.
Yeah.
And they seem
we
pretty.
we parted on friendly terms.
Yes.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe that'll be a thing in the future. Maybe.
They were
won't.
chill.
I couldn't tell you. Then you guys get to Vallaki. The whole cult thing happens. You guys start investigating it because you're like, I'm pretty sure it was just Caleb that left the note. Well, come to find out there's an actual cult in town. You're like, no way. So then you investigate this cult. You find out that it's happening at Lady Watcher's house. You go to her and say, hey, I know we're super late, but we'd like to do that dinner. She accepts. She invites you in for dinner the next night. You get into her house. You're able to sneak around. You find the underground altar room, right?
Yep.
You kill all the cult members that are in the room, and they attack
Accidentally
you.
sacrifice a body.
Kill a bunch of cult members.
And I stepped into the circle.
You step into a circle. You get hit by a bunch of
Spoke a bunch of devil language.
devil language,
Freaked us the fuck out.
and
Eyes rolled
basically
back in his head. Started
Yeah.
speaking Latin.
Accidentally-
Yeah.
accidentally sacrificed one of the bodies to the circle and summoned the devil. And the devil's name is Azrael, and he's like, I'm the one that burnt down your village, and I'm the one who made Donnie who Donnie is. And everybody's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then Kalathar goes, I'm gonna hit this dude, and runs up and tries to hit this dude. The devil explodes, gets ready to kill you guys, and then you start to realize he can't keep his form there, and he dissipates and disappears. You guys search the house. You find a bunch of cool ass books. At this point, we have
That
recorded,
fucking
right? So if they want to know,
Decomposed body up
you
top.
find a bunch of decomposed
Wild
bodies.
shit.
At
Oh,
this
the
point,
cat girl.
cat
yeah,
girl.
the cat girl.
The cat
We're
girl,
now in
yeah.
recorded session, so if they want any of these cool ass details, they can go back and watch the videos. We're just giving broad points now. So now you guys find the cat girl, find a bunch of cool ass books. You guys leave. After you leave the house, you go, crap. I think the book that magic book
Like
that
the
we
next morning, I'm reading my tome of understanding, and it's just like, oh no. And it all came organically because of something Zach had said, like fully in character. And I like to think that that was what sparked it for Darren. Was he was like, yeah, we were in a room in a room in a room of fire. And the tarot that we had gotten
Light
was
bulb.
a room in a room behind a wall of fire. And I was like,
A fortress
A
within
fortress
a
in
fortress
a
behind a
fortress.
wall of fire.
and I was like, oh my fuck, was that it?
Yeah.
So you guys, as you guys got out of Lady Watcher's house, you locked her in the basement, in the altar room,
Yep.
basically.
Yep.
So then you guys are like, crap, we need to go back. So you go back, and you guys are almost too late as you watch her hop in her carriage, like driving away in her carriage. So you guys book it through town and essentially tackle the carriage,
Yeah.
knock it over, get into
Full
this
NFL
huge-
linebackers.
Yeah.
get into this huge fight with her son and some of her servants, and then Isaac, the Virgin Master's henchman, shows up and goes, yeah, this is over. And you guys are able to convince him to go investigate the house, and you're able to prove to him that she's the leader of the cult. She arrests this Lady Watcher, the second most powerful person in Vallaki, right? Then you guys are like, well, it's time to go to dinner at Strahd's. So
But he found the book.
you found the book. You got to level up.
Strahd.
And we had it for all of
2 sessions.
I session.
yeah,
Yeah.
6 hours.
Yeah.
12 hours.